once again to another commentary video. This time it's gonna be Mobert against Rush. I just wake up if you're wondering why my voice is sounding a bit weird, or yeah, maybe my haircut is not the best, but it's the the whole of my, how you call it, timetable I have for today. And yeah, this map was not a global league map, but Mobert and Rush wanted to fight, and they chose Verdun. They chose tier 4, and both of them went with other because it fits their play style, which is jit, tanks, which I respect. Normally, Mobert would have the upper hand. He's a little bit more rated in terms of elo, but recently climb up a little bit. I think he's almost 900. Mobert peak once 1000, but he's now stabilized on high 900s. It's gonna be quite similar, I think, and it's gonna be quite interesting. I think I'm gonna change the color of one of them, maybe the color from Rush, to make it a little bit more easier to spot, and I'm gonna do it with both vision, because I think in order to give feedback to both of them, it's gonna be more interesting this way. Anyways, let's just straight jump to the match, guys. Alright, let's see. This is a very classic map. One of the most classics. The name origin, I think it's from a battlefield in the First World War. In both wars. It's a place in France, in the frontier with Germany. Maybe it's in Germany. But what I mean with this is, I think it's in France, because it was part from the Kingdom of Provence, Verdun. This infantry, instead of capping this, which is gonna be capped by this one, is gonna rush and try to reach one of these two, which I think it's very smart. Pretty solid cap game, to be honest. And Mr. Mobert gets his tank on turn 5. I could like to see this infantry capping on one of those two cities. And even though these two sizes are quite similar, I could recommend to go hard on one and slightly weak, as you could say, only maybe one infantry and maybe not even that on that side. The reason for that is that you cannot expect to. You have to control the middle. The reason for that is because the com tower is there. You need the vision, and I don't know what settings they are playing on. I forgot to ask, but I would assume if they are using the pre-default settings of Global League, they might have Labat, which means ban bombers, neo tanks, and rockets maybe. If you don't cap the lab, and that's very important, because if you will a bomber, maybe it's fighter instead of rocket. If you will a bomber, even though it has not that quite high of income, it's really good. And a neo tank, it's also really good. You don't have a real counter to a neo tank without a bomber. And Mobert base skips to get I assume the wait a second, why I can see the the income from Mobert. Oh my god. Full screen, high, 222. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. Okay, I clicked and yes. Well, as we can see, Mobert, if he wanted a tank, he had to base skip. In my opinion, I would have built either a recon and 2 infantry or artillery and 2 infantry, depending on my plans. I don't like the idea of base skipping because that's already like if you lost 1 infantry, and 1 infantry could be the difference between base skipping or not. But instead, Rush, since he had a stronger early cap phase, and I think also because it's player 2, I cannot quite tell, but I think if you can see, Rush has more properties now. Let's see. Open stats. Yeah, Rush has generated 4,000 more than Mr. Mobert. So due to that, he's able to build a tank without base skipping. And the first tank of Mobert goes towards his com tower, followed by another tank and another tank, and I expect no base skips this time. Yeah, okay. Right now, very straightforward tank spam from both sizes. Wait a second, I'm gonna close the door. Anyways, I don't like this tank of Mobert here on the forest too much. And the reason for that is it doesn't provide any important vision right now. What vision? You are not having vision of properties, you are not having vision of the near area of your com tower here, you are not having properties of what's going on inside of the forest. So right now this tank is practically useless. And he brings another tank, but still no intel to know what's going on this side at all. Right now Mobert is completely blind, and Rush caps the middle properties, this area, starts grabbing for these 2 properties. I think are one of the most contested on this map, because you have to know you don't want to go for the sizes. Generally you want to go hard on the middle, and then whenever your army is formed you will decide on that. But the thing is, you have to go for at least one of the corners and get these properties in order to not fall too much on income. Because if you go hard on the middle, you are not gonna get nothing more than a com tower and the lab, if the lab has the rules I have explained before. But even then, if you have no income, you cannot afford a neo tank, a bomber, etc. So this is 4 properties you have to fight for. So right now, yeah, Mobert is controlling the middle-ish, almost, but he is high in one of the sides, and he will be able to take over these 2 properties and use the tanks if he has to make sure of that. And he is only having 1 infantry here to get vision of this city, but any intents on trying to go hard into this properties capping or whatever will be a mistake on my side. A recon into the weak side to get vision and harass infantry, I think it's a good idea, because imagine now that you see tanks going into this area, which maybe they are gonna, you know that there is not gonna be a tank, and a copter is not a threat towards a recon. Yes, it can defeat the recon, but it cannot destroy the recon, which is the important thing. A tank has 85 base damage plus lag versus a recon, but a copter has only 55. So there is no way a recon, after harassing even on roads, will die against a copter unless you have a huge firepower or something is going on. Anyways, Mobert tries to advance on this area with 3 infantry. I don't think it's a good idea. I think these 2 infantry, well, this is capping, but this infantry could be helping these tanks to not get flanked. This infantry is alright here, I think. But you want to use as least as resources as possible into the area you are not planning to win. I think this infantry is alright. This one is capping and this one is getting vision, and it should retreat next turn whenever you get a spot or whatever. Maybe it will get shoot if he tries to cover this gap and the tank will attack it. But in my opinion, this tank attacking this infantry on the forest, knowing that there is fight going on here, will be a mistake. Also, Mobert tried to interrupt the cap with the tank. Big mistake. Now this is a tank that will die 100%. Rush attacks first from the planes, perfect, to reduce as much counter damage as possible. That's a beautiful wall. There is no way Mobert interrupts this, that Rush knows of it, unless there is how you call it, CO power, but I don't think it's coming in CO power yet, because this tank is not in range of doing anything around this area. First mistake, big mistake of Mobert, not having your tanks together. This infantry here is great. Let's see the pathing of this infantry. Because right now, you know there is a tank here. You don't know anything about this, but you know there is a tank here. So there is an easy, very easy way to get into this forest with this infantry on a spot at least. Maybe you don't know about this infantry here, so you will have to go this way. Okay, and he doesn't. He goes straight through the tank's vision, which in my opinion is a mistake. Because if you can do it, try to go around enemy vision range and the destiny will be the same. But, you know, maybe if this infantry was not already here, who knows? You don't know. I mean, it's the most likely that just stop capping or started capping, but you don't know. And it costs nothing to do. It's not like, okay, but... So these little details can save you, can start adding up, because now this tank doesn't know there is an infantry here that he knows because he went here, and maybe he gets trapped. That's a tank exposed on the roads, and then this tank and this copter kills it. It's a snowball effect by a little detail that costs nothing. Anyways, this position right now is very terrible for Mobert because he has lost completely control of the middle. He will lose control of this area also if Rush plays correctly. Rush is capping this. Big mistake. I don't like this at all. What the fuck are you doing? Bro. Like, you know you are not bringing anything here. You have to stay here. Oh my god. No, I don't like that at all. Anyways, Mobert starts capping here. There is definitely a lack of something by Rush in this area. Maybe this recon should have gone this way. But yeah, right now Mobert will have 2 tanks and anti-air on this area, but this is really nice because right now Rush has 1 tank over the Mobert. Yeah, it's a 3 HP tank, but it's a 3 HP tank that you can repair up to 7 HP, and the enemy has also a slightly injured tank, which could be useful to deny any wall break or anything, or a hit KO. Rush gets the com tower, attacks this. I like this attack here because the site is the less likely to have the anti-air. I don't think this is a good idea because in my opinion you knew this anti-air was not in range unless a CO power. So what you could have done is block this tile from here, and this anti-air cannot reach because it has to trespass this forest, and this forest is 2 instead of 1 movement cost. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and from here it would be 7. So if you block this tile here without having to go and attack the anti-air, you will be alright. So in my opinion you should have blocked this tail and stay like that. This is a dead tank for an anti-air, which is not a bad trait, but I don't like it. I don't like it because it's not like you killed an anti-air. Anyways, and you are going forward this lap without a proper backup, with which you have only 1 tank and 1 copter, because this tank I don't count it at least for 2 turns. It's an overextension because you are in range of these 2, and you have to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, that there will be most likely tanks around this area, and you are in range of them because it's other, and other will use the superpower. So now this tank is dead. This copter will not die unless this infantry dies, but since you didn't wall this infantry, you had to with this tank attack this tank, put an infantry here, put another infantry here, so now this tile won't get killed. Now this copter is safe from this anti-air, and now you are up another tank, and maybe yes, he wolf breaks you here with this infantry and then attacks this tank, but that's fine because you have backup, you have your copter alive, he has 1 tank less because he has an anti-air, so you are completely fine. Instead, you went for the greediest move, which is this, and also this. What the hell? And this interrupt is fine, but the problem with this interrupt is that you won't be able to sustain it next turn because all your units will be passy, and these infantries here are okay, but you are not using them. It's like they were doing nothing, because yes, you have more units, but you are not getting advantage of your unit count. Very, very tragic. Anyways, I like the idea of the recon going this way. What I don't like is this infantry capping here. The reason why is you won't get the cap and you will lose an infantry. Let's see what Mobert does. He doesn't use the CO power for now. He repairs the anti-air, which at 6 HP next turn will be imperfectly formed to do anything. It doesn't seem like he's gonna use the CO power, which I don't find intelligent in my opinion, because I mean, you have to get the kill. You had to get the kill. You have to get the kill. You have to. And you know, the copter is here, and at most there will be 2 more tanks, but it's not, you know, one of the tanks won't be on shape to do too much damage. I think not killing this tank is a mistake. Well, to be honest, it's not a super mistake, but I think you are giving up ground by doing that. But also by doing this, you are forcing your opponent, if he wants to keep fighting on your side. But yeah. Anyways, right now Mobert is going hard on this side, which is something. But I don't like him going hard on this side and going hard on this side too. It's like you have to choose, man. You have to choose. You cannot expect to go hard on this side, because now Rush will interrupt this cap, will retreat with this infantry, and will be golden because he will deny this forever unless you bring something else, which you will be able to kill this recon on the next turn with this 9 HP tank if you don't get rid of this tank. But anyways, yeah, please, oh no, I sleep now, for what? Oh no, but don't stay with the 5 HP infantry. You know there is 2 infantry here. Retreat, you're gonna die. Save your infantry, it's the only infantry you have. Man, Rush, man, what are you gaining here with this? You are gaining 1 infantry of 3 HP of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 infantry. So you are gaining 1/7 of the army of the enemy, and you have 1 of 1, so you are gonna lose everything, and the enemy is gonna lose 1 of 7. It's like, it's not even close to an even trade, man. Anyways, let's see what else he has. He interrupts this cap, but Mobert is getting these 2, and Russ is getting none of those. So after the next turn, he will have 2k disadvantage because he forgo the sizes. Okay. He is moving the infantry forward without. Yeah, he has an overload of infantry that has no purpose. Right now, this 3 or 4 of this infantry could be somewhere else, like here or here, denying these capping instead of being here, because there is too many infantry for the job here right now. You don't need a double wall for your anti-air. And you know there is a 6 HP. You know. Don't lie to me and say you don't know. Because, Rush, you know there is an anti-air that was at 4 HP repairing and now will be at 6 HP. You knew it. Doesn't... No. And this will mean that it will get hard damage. And will be a... No, man. Come on. You're making silly mistakes that you know you should not be doing. Anyways, let's see how Mobert starts capping this, kills these 2 infantry, and now lost completely control of this area, which is fine if you had control of this area, which you shouldn't have. Mobert shouldn't have this. Look, he has not invested nothing. You are allowing Mobert to get away with it. And yeah, this copter is no longer for use. This infantry dies. And I think this hit was a mistake, because now 2 of your tanks are in danger. Yeah, they are back up. Like, from this, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Not from this copter, not from this anti-air. And there is loads of infantry to make walls. And Mobert keeps capping. It's like, yeah, and he is allowed to do it because Rush has not the infantry that should be here. Like, you have to choose one corner on this map, and then that corner, I mean, one is slightly favored for you, but that doesn't matter at the moment. And then you have to pull up in the middle-ish your com tower and make sure you control this, because the contested properties are on the sizes. The middle is very important, but the middle doesn't matter if you start being 4k behind on income. It's no use. I don't like this attack. Why you attack from here? Why you want to kill your? Why you don't attack from the forest? Why? Come on, you know, if you attack from the forest, this tank won't die no matter what. If you attack from here, this will 100% die. And then also denies one tail of attack to this tank, because now you cannot attack with this tank to this tank, and you could perfectly attack this tank with this tank and wall with this infantry here, and try to make sure that this tank doesn't get shot from the side neither. Because if you put one infantry here, there is 2 tiles of attack here. If you put an infantry here, this infantry won't die, because the only way this infantry dies is to an anti-air with 20% firepower, if I don't remember correctly. And then there is, yeah, it's like, come on. So instead of suiciding one of your tanks and not attacking this tank, well, maybe you attack it, okay, but now this tank will die from here, and this tank will get shot from here. No. Oh my god, you broke the formation of your infantry. Okay, you put the infantry here. Okay. I'm just panicking because, okay, my bad. And you are doubling. You are bringing now a copter to this area that it's already controlled. And yeah, it's not a bad idea, because you know he's going hard on this area. So maybe retake this, but you are already behind a lot on income. So you have to do something on it. But you are gonna get punished now, and he's gonna get oh man, yeah. This will go only down to hill from here. Yeah, you are gonna. Okay, I like this recon. Oh man, you had the game. Mobert was so greedy, and you. What are you doing with this 2 HP tank? Please heal it. It's not gonna even be able to wall against one lucky infantry. Please. Don't try this. Don't. Oh man. This can perfectly go 1, 2, 3, 4. Like, dude. You are sacking infantry and a 2 HP tank that could be a full HP tank in 4 turns. Okay. It's like you are trying to fix things that don't need fix. You are already winning, but you don't. I don't know. And another anti-air from Mobert. This is a mistake. You could have perfectly gone with another tank instead of an anti-air. You already have one anti-air, many copters, yes, this anti-air will get shoot at, maybe, which shouldn't, in my opinion. But you already have one copter, another copter coming. Yeah, both of them are exposed, but maybe it's just I mean, okay, that's good. He makes one tank away from the middle, so now he has control of the. Oh, he has not. No, he has no more units, but he's almost even on the. And also, I want to mention this recon has done anything. Come on, if you want to press her aside with it, do it. But you have not done that because both sides are controlled by Mobert. And if you want to get vision of the middle, put it here. But you are not doing it. You are staying here for nothing. Come on, do something with the recon. Anyways, what is this? What is this? You better... If you had a way to kill this copter, this could have been a decent idea. But since you have no way to kill this copter, I don't think... I mean, it's a good idea because I know there is nothing coming. But also, you don't know if something is coming. It could be perfectly one infantry here or something. Like, you are gambling at this point. And, I mean, Mobert has to forgo this cap right now. Because if he doesn't, he will lose a copter and that will be a mistake. I mean, I think you are recovering quite decently from the mid-game throw. The problem with that is that you are probably losing one tank from getting a first strike of this tank. I wanna see this tank attack. Let me check. Okay, so you could only reach from this. My idea was to stop this cap, put the infantry here and attack with the tank from the city, better terrain, and also covered with one flank. Anyways, that couldn't be the case, so that's fine. I mean, I don't think you should have done it because you are going hard on this area, so you want all your tanks here, and this will end up with your tank dead and the enemy tank injured. So that's a net loss for you. You deal X amount of damage, but you don't kill units, and you lose one tank. Which is not the case because Mobert, instead of using the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, but still, Mobert should have not moved. Okay, why? So now Mobert, instead of taking the win, he killed one of his tanks. So right now Mobert could have perfectly moved this tank into these cities and let it get repaired. But instead, make sure that Rush next turn gets the kill, and now this is an even trade. So instead of going for the winning trade, he goes for the... What the hell, man? Okay. Anyways, this recon is in the middle of... I'm afraid for the life of this recon. Please hide it on a forest. And he interrupts. Let's see. Please attack first with the anti-air. Please. Good. And now you can finish this off with recon infantry, and it will be a kill most likely. And you can use this copter, which doesn't even reach neither to attack this tank, and use your tanks to attack this anti-air. Nice. Nice, very good, very nice. Why you don't attack this with this? Like, don't tell me you are... we had this discussion. What the fuck, Rush? Even if you min roll and you do no damage against this tank, you won't die. In 1 HP infantry, at most 2 versus 1 HP of a tank is worth. Come on, come on, come on. Come on. Come on, Rush. I like this recon is giving a lot of vision right now. This is a really nice position recon, because it will need 3 units to get killed. But right now, yeah, as you can see, this tank was able to pick up the tank that didn't retreat. So now this is a actually an exchange in favor of Rush, because he also got 1 HP of damage on this tank. So it's 1 tank for 1 tank and 1 HP of this tank. And yeah, also the infantry, but the infantry wasn't involved in this fight of the tanks. And you are dangerously getting nothing on this area. You need to bring something, because you know there is infantry around this area. You have properties, so you either counter that with more caps around here, or you bring your recon or something else to interrupt. But there is 1 tank here, so you will have to answer to both these threats accordingly. This infantry here, it's very greedy and very... If you want vision, build a recon. Don't stop going tanks, build a recon and get vision. Because right now, Mobert, you are doing mistakes by having not enough vision. And don't tell me you don't like recons, because the reason you were losing and a player of your level would have wiped your ass. But Rush did a couple of important mistakes on early game that led you, simply allow you to get the sizes. Anyways, he goes for the lag roll. See Rush do this. Like, what's the harmful of doing this? He gets the lag roll, he gets vision of the recon, so he does 2 things at a time. That's really good. So even though this apparently did no damage, this lowered the hidden HP, because you could be at 20 HP or you could be perfectly at 11 HP from 100. So this is something that makes more likely this kill this. So this is good tactics, but not good planning of Fog. Right now I think Rush is a better Fog player, but Mobert is not that behind in Fog play, but he's super superior on tactics. Rush is playing tactics really poorly, in my opinion. I think that's his main issue. And also he is not going for the caps, because he's still sitting on 4k disadvantage. And that means he at most per turn will get 2 vehicles, this is a really nice buy. But the enemy can go and buy 3 vehicles, like this, or 3 tanks. And I think even if that puts Mobert behind on the unit count, if you have more vehicles, you will end up on top unless your opponent knows what he's doing. Because yes, Mobert has no walls, Mobert has less infantry, but the infantry of Mobert, all of the infantries from Mobert are doing something, are or coming from the base or getting vision of this and capping it next turn, and it's all units from Mobert are doing jobs, and Rush units are a little bit of meh. Anyways, Size sleeps, nice. Lax roll on this. That's a little bit more greedy in my opinion. I think this might seem like a weird. What are you doing with this? Come on, I'm getting. This is. What are you doing with this infantry? You only a bad. Come on, man. You are suiciding your infantry for nothing because you are not gonna. I mean, any opponent. Come on, man. Okay. I don't particularly like this because you are exposing your anti-air. If it was a 9 or 10 HP infantry here walling, okay, because this means you need 2 tanks, but now with only 1 tank or an infantry, but there is no infantry, this anti-air will get shooted. It's not like Mobert should ignore this anti-air, to be honest, because he has no copters at the moment. And even though he's behind on income, I like the position from Rush because Mobert is doing a lot of mistakes. He goes for the anti-air. He should have retreat, in my opinion. He should look. He should have a retreat and group and push into this area, because right now he's gonna bleed a lot of units against these copters for no reason. And if you lose this battle, you will lose the game right now. But instead you prefer to keep going here, but instead of reinforcing here, you are going here. It's like, come on. You have to wheel copters and an infantry. You cannot go every single turn 3 tanks. You're gonna look at your unit count. You are supposed to be winning. You should be the one abusing copters. Yeah, you can go triple tank 1 turn, maybe 2, if you see you have a lot of healthy infantry. But if you have so little infantry, you should have spam copters in order to pump up these numbers on the infantries. Really nice hits on the anti-air to keep the anti-air fresh. In my opinion, I would get a lag roll on this anti-air with this anti-air boom and this recon, or maybe this infantry. The reason for that is if this anti-air dies, there is no counter for these 2 copters, and Mobert will be forced to bring something else. Okay, I like it. Please use the recon. Please use the recon. This could, I mean, if you know that Mobert doesn't know that the recon is there, I could agree with that. When you put the recon here, let me see. Mobert knows that there is a recon here, so you should have roll for that, because only a player. Mobert knows that there is a recon here, so he can perfectly now expose this recon and kill it with 2 tanks. Or no, with 1 tank and 1 weakened tank. And he should do that. But he's not doing it, because he's not focusing on... Yeah, he's just focusing on boom boom. Which I don't agree. Now, at least he's fixing the mistake of having no infantry. But the thing is, like, okay, I mean, this 1 hole against 5 tanks, So unless you were having backup here with vehicles, I don't agree with this. I like a lot these copters, fighting here, then moving here, so this will take one turn later to reinforce. But you have to back up at this point your caps with a very strong wall that will hold for one turn, which is not the case, or with vehicles of your own to counter enemy vehicles, to at least make the opponent bleed for that. And please, wheel 1 recon. It's just one wheel is 3,000 more expensive than 1 infantry, and you will get a lot of intel. Right now you have to wheel recons more. Like, really, you are so blind. You could be doing much better with 1 recon, but you are refusing to wheel 1 recon for no reason. Like, it's not like it will make you wheel 1 tank less, and that recon will be able to attack infantry, to attack indirects, to wall on a forest against a 1 tank. If it's very mobile. Look, if this, it's not like we'll get super one shot. And right now this recon can perfectly retreat. Yeah, it can be chased and then get vision and kill, but if he does that, it's two dead tanks for doing that. This was not a good idea to try, because you know he had the tools to do. And right now Rush completely lose control of both sides and has no army left. Yeah, that's not a good idea to punch with your copters on the same place than 2 turns previously. This recon no, man, you know the opponent sees you. If you put it here, the opponent won't see you. Come on. Right now, perfectly, this tank here, another tank here, boom. I mean, it's not like this tank want to do something else. It cannot attack anything. So these 2 tanks can perfectly deal with this. This tank will kill this tank will spot this tank will kill this, and this tank can reinforce and attack this. So let's see. Okay, perfect. Yeah, nice tactics, which is not the case for Rush. Even though he has a better fog plan, his tactics are very questionable, in my opinion. And Mobert is doing a lot of fog mistakes. I think he should be playing standard, in my opinion, looking at this. And Sadwinder. No, man. I don't agree with this, because there is no play that will make you win the game or come back from it because of the extra 2 movement. There is no one. There is nothing. But if you do double power, you will be able to do it 2 turns. So for 2 turns you are Bombball with 1 extra movement. Imagine being Bombball for with 1 extra movement for 2 turns. What the fuck? In tier 4. What the fuck? Why spam CO power with other, unless there is a play, a really good play that these 2 movements are useful in some way. But anyways, I think this is a GG. You should forfeit, if not this turn, next turn. Finally, Mobert is, I think that the moment you see the fighter, you will forfeit, because you have no counter for this. Finally, Mobert uses the income advantage in his favor, and yeah, and dude, he does a lot of pickups. Let's see. Be careful with putting your medium tank on roads, because if the enemy has 2 copters in range, then it can be finished off with 2 other tanks, because it will go down to 6 HP if you are unlucky, and then 2 tanks will do more damage, and that's a 2 HP medium tank for almost no damage back. Anyways, double anti-air from Mobert. Yeah, he has lost completely control of this side. He's losing control of this side. He has no control of the middle. He's 4k behind on income. He's somehow again behind on unit count. He's wielding big units now. So the lab was not set up. It's not the thing I mentioned before. Anyways, yeah. Rush is just scrambling for now. See, now it will go down here to 5 or 4 HP with another copter. So if you have 2 or 3 copters, you should not be afraid of medium tanks. And this capture, no, I don't think it's gonna happen, because it's other, so he will have something around this area, and this one can be stopped by this sack of this infantry and next turn with all the forces coming his. And now I think the priority of Mobert is denying as many captures as possible and drown his opponent, because if he falls farther on income, won't be able to hold. Size sleep from Mobert. Yeah. Boom, boom, boom. A lot of kills. Starts capping the com tower. Yeah, and he resigns. I see. I like. Let's be honest. I like the early game from Rush is much more stronger. Rush has more vision. Rush has a better initial plan. And Mobert is much more greedier, and it only works, in my opinion, because his opponent is not punishing his mistakes. But Mobert has better wheels, although there are some things that could be fixed, in my opinion, and also super better, far superior tactics. This was a mistake not from tactics, but from fog play, in my opinion. And this is a mistake from tactics, because you don't need as many infantry. You could use 1 or 2 of these infantries here to stop these caps, interrupts, get vision, whatever, because it seems like you are going hard on this corner, and this infantry should not cap here. But yeah, apart from some silly mistakes, Rush has the better fog plan, but yeah, is like the positioning from Rush is much worse. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. This was another video for the Cynical series. Thank you Mobert and Rush for doing this match, and yeah, I think I hope you all enjoyed this match, and see you next time, guys.